can see the blinking red nose on the caboose and the candy canes along the way. And then over here we have a snowman saying season's greetings. And you can see how the depot is all in lights. The beginning of Christmas here in Caneyville. Here we are, we're waiting for the train to come through the tunnel. It sounds like he's coming. Yay! Here he comes. Here comes Santa Claus. Can I turn it off now?
Yep. Hello, this is Father Jamie. I just want to take a moment to thank Miss Teresa Henri for helping me with this video tonight. We just celebrated the first Sunday of Advent, and so we're entering into this pilgrimage of the Advent season. You know, Advent, the second coming of Christ, all of this, it's kind of like waiting for a train, especially when it comes to Amtrak, or any train for that matter, especially if it's not running on time. We know it's coming, but sometimes we just don't know exactly when. And you know, you hear that train coming in, you hear the chugging, and it gets a little bit louder, and then you see the glimmer of the headlights, and then you hear that beautiful horn. You know, it's like the second coming. You know, when Jesus comes in the second coming, he's coming in glory. He's not coming in silence and the hidden nature like he did at the Nativity. And because, you know, at the Nativity, he came in very quietly, very hidden. But it's different with the second coming, because he's coming in your face, glory, power, and might. And he's not holding back. He's coming in loudly, just like that train. You don't know exactly when it's coming in, but it is coming. And you'll begin to hear it, then you'll see that glimmer of light, and then it's almost upon you, and you hear the glory of those horns, and you have to be ready for it. You have to have your bag ready to get on that train. You know, when it comes to the second coming, we have to be spiritually packed and ready for this trip. A lot of people get upset about the second coming. Oh, gloom, doom, hellfire, damnation, all that kind of stuff. But we know the end of the story. We know that Christ is coming to take us to himself after conquering death and sin. When that train approaches, it comes with power, and you better get out of its way or you'll get mushed. And it takes out everything in its path that gets in front of it. But ultimately, when the second coming happens, and Christ comes in, conquers death, then we can join him in paradise. It's like when you get on that train after it comes to a stop, and you go to get on that train, especially if you're like me, when you get on the train on Amtrak at Fulton at 1 in the morning, As soon as you get on that train, there's that sigh of relief, and then you rest. And that's what Christ is calling us to do in that second coming. After that whole event happens, then we can join him, be at rest, be at peace. So I encourage all of us to be spiritually packed for this trip of Advent, be spiritually packed for the second coming, getting ready to board that glorious train to heaven. And ultimately, it's not a thing, it's Christ himself that we're going to be with to go to that place of rest. Amen.